Now about some writings in Revelation. God told me at Government Complex in Asia in the month of March 2015 that Revelation was written by John Mark. When John Mark was given prophecy on Patmos Island, Satan's embodiment interfered by shocking him into a trance with his spirit of sin. Therefore, we should keep in mind the following exemplary truths to learn the writings in Revelation. Revelation chapter 2 verse 10. Be faithful even to the point of death, and I'll give you the crown of life. Revelation chapter 3 verse 21. To him who overcomes, I'll give the right to sit with me on my throne, just as I overcame and sat down with my Father on his throne. There is no crown nor throne for man in heaven. The letters to the 7 churches are lies. Revelation chapter 4 verse 5. From the thrones came flashes of lightning, rumblings, peals of thunder. Before the thrones 7 lamps were blazing. These are the 7 spirits of God. There is no lightning, no rumbling, no thunder, and no lamp in heaven. Besides, God does not have 7 spirits, but only one. Revelation chapter 4 verse 6. In the center around the throne were 4 living creatures, and they were covered with eyes in front and behind. There is no strange things, nor unknown living things in heaven. Because God sees everything, He does not need certain creatures which can see in front and behind. Revelation chapter 6 verse 10. They called out in a loud voice, How long, sovereign Lord, holy and true, until you judge the inhabitants of the earth and avenge our blood? The manner of addressing God in heaven does not carry words, boasting, and extravagance. Further, the souls of the saints who had been slain are not in heaven, but in paradise, and no one in paradise is hungry to avenge his blood. In Revelation chapter 7 verse 4 to 8, we see the fixed number of men to be saved by selection from all the 12 tribes of Israel. God does not make any limitation on the number of men to be saved. He does not make it unclean, nor untribe, nor unraised either. Revelation chapter 8 verse 4. The smoke of the incense together with the prayer of the saints went up before God from the angel's hand. There is no altar, no burning of incense in heaven. Besides, the prayer of the saints reaches God instantly and does not go through angels to reach God. In Revelation chapter 8 verse 6 to 13, various punishments are shown to be carried out through 7 angels as if on the eve of the last day. Jesus Christ will come bringing the souls of the saints from paradise to take the saints into heaven. No such punishments will be carried out on the eve of Jesus' coming. Likewise, the killing of a third of mankind, seen in Revelation chapter 9 verse 15, and the 7 bowls of God's wrath seen in Revelation chapter 16 will not happen. Sinners will be punished in hell and only in hell. Moreover, the earth which was willfully created by God will not be destroyed by God. Trial and punishment will go on in Hades and in hell after the last day. The new creature will need the earth to undergo resurrection, so that his resurrected body will be turned into a heavenly body. Revelation chapter 10, verse 9. So I went to the angel and asked him to give me the little scroll. He said to me, "Take it and eat it. It will turn your stomach sour, but in your mouth it will be as sweet as honey." God never uses metaphor and simile in his prophecy to man. He prophesies in the simplest way that even the least intelligent can understand his word. Revelation chapter 11, verse 11. But after the 3.5 days, a breath of life from God entered them, and they stood on their feet, and terror struck those who saw them. No man on earth will be raised from death after extinction of body before the resurrection. Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Then I heard a loud voice in heaven say, "Now have come the salvation and the power and the kingdom of our God, and the authority of his Christ. For the accuser of our brothers, who accuses them before our God day and night, has been hurled down." God will be the only authority. God will be the only authority in heaven. Heaven is a city of holiness. There cannot be quarrel, no accusation in heaven. It is beyond heaven that the defiled angels became defiled. Revelation chapter 13, verse 13 and 15. And he performed great and miraculous signs, even causing fire to come down from heaven to earth in full view of man. He was given power to give breath to the image of the first beast, so that it could speak and cause all who refuse to worship the image to be killed. The beast will not possess the ability to do miracles, nor will he get the power to give breath. He will be head of a certain nation. Only God, the Almighty, can give breath. Revelation chapter 14, verse 4. There are those who do not defile themselves with women, for they keep themselves poor. They follow the Lamb wherever he goes. It is not defilement with women, but with the spirit of sin, which will distinguish sinners from the saints. Moreover, no man can keep himself poor. It is the Spirit of Christ who sanctifies us. Revelation chapter 14, verse 9 to 11. If anyone worships the beast and his image, and receives his mark on the forehead or on the hand, he too will drink of the wine of God's fury. Drink of the wine of God's fury, which has been poured full strength into the cup of his wrath. He'll be tormented with burning sulfur in the presence of the holy angels and of the Lamb, and the smoke of their torment rises forever and ever. Revelation chapter 20, verse 10. And the devil who deceived them was thrown into the lake of burning sulfur, where the beast and the false prophet had been thrown. They'll be tormented day and night forever and ever. The unholy, including the beast and the false prophet, will not be punished along with Satan's embodiment in abyss. They'll be punished in hell because they are not sin embodiments. Revelation chapter 14, verse 14 to 16. I looked, and there before me was a white cloud, and seated on the cloud was one like a son of man, with a crown of gold on his head, and a sharp sickle in his hand. Then another angel came out of the temple, and called in a loud voice to him who was sitting on the cloud, Take your sickle and reap, because the time to reap has come, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. So he who was seated on the cloud swung his sickle over the earth, and the earth was harvested. This part is an infringement of the prophecy of the last day. Jesus Christ will not be directed by an angel to gather the saints. Another angel, this one, Revelation chapter 14, verse 17 to 20. Another angel came out of the temple in heaven, and he too had a sharp sickle. Still another angel, who had charge of the fire, came from the altar and called in a loud voice to him who had the sharp sickle, Take your sharp sickle and gather the clusters of grapes from the arch vine, because its grapes are ripe. The angel swung his sickle on the earth, gathered its grapes, and threw them into the winepress of God's wrath. They were trampled in the winepress out of the city. Blood flowed out of the press, rising as high as the horse bridles, for a distance of 1,600 stadia. This part also is an infringement of the prophecy of the last day. No one on earth will survive before the glory of God except the saints on the last day. The souls of sinners will be put into hell. The sinners who are in Sheol also will be put into hell, and Sheol will exist no more. This is what will happen rather. Moreover, there is no temple in heaven. Metaphor is used again here. Revelation chapter 17, verse 3 to 4. Then the angel carried me away in the spirit into a desert. Then I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast that was covered with blasphemous names and had 7 heads and 10 horns. The woman was dressed in purple and scarlet, and was glittering with gold, precious stones, and pearls. She held a golden cup in her hand, filled with abominable things and the filth of her adulteries. No one can see angels who never leave heaven. Symbolism, which represents no truth, is used here by Satan embodiment, and God never uses symbolism in his prophecy to man. Revelation chapter 20, verse 1 to 3. And I saw an angel coming down out of heaven, having the key to the abyss, and holding in his hand a great chain. He seized the dragon, that ancient serpent, who is the devil or Satan, and bound him for a thousand years. He threw him into the abyss, and locked and sealed it over him, to keep him from deceiving the nations anymore until the 1,000 years were ended. After that, he must be set free for a short time. Satan's embodiment will not be set free again once he is thrown into abyss. Satan's embodiment will not be set free again once he is thrown into abyss. God never does things for no purpose. Satan's embodiment will be thrown into abyss just before rapture and punished therein forever. The 1,000 years of reign will then begin. Satan's embodiment is struggling to influence this prophecy. The key to the abyss and the great change for binding Satan's embodiment is spiritual and in the hands of God and not in the hands of angels. Revelation chapter 20 verse 4. I saw thrones on which were seated those who had been given authority to judge, and I saw the skulls of those who had been beheaded. Because of their testimony for Jesus and because of the word of God. They had not worshipped the beast or his image and had not received his mark on their foreheads or their hands. They came to life and reigned with Christ for 1,000 years. This part is an infringement of the prophecy of the 1,000 years of reign. The souls of those who undergo martyrdom in the hands of the beast and the false prophet will be put into paradise and not into heaven, and they will be there until before the last day. They will not participate in the 1,000 years of reign. It is God who rules and will rule forever and ever. Jesus will not rule. With Christ is an infringement made by Satan's embodiment. Revelation chapter 20 verse 5 to 6. The rest of the dead did not come to life until the 1,000 years were ended. This is the first resurrection. Blessed and holy are those who have part in the first resurrection. The second death has no power over them, but they will be priests of God and of Christ, and will reign with him for 1,000 years. Daniel chapter 12 verse 2. Multitudes who sleep in the dust of the earth will be awake, some to everlasting life, others to shame and everlasting contempt. There will be resurrection, and not first resurrection nor second resurrection. On the last day, the word and the dead in Christ will rise first, which we see in the 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 16 also is strong. Besides, they are not the dead in Christ, but the dead in God. Daniel was deceived before John Mark was, to believe the souls of sinners also will be resurrected. Only the saints will be resurrected, while the souls of sinners who die before the glory of God, and the souls of those who are in Sheol, will be put into hell to be punished. Sinners will not be punished in flesh. There is not first death nor second death. Also, there will not be priests of God and of Christ, because there are no priests work in heaven. Satan's embodiment is struggling to deceive all men on earth to believe to Daniel that sinners also will be punished forever. The spirit of sin also is working in this direction till today. The punishment will take a long time in case of some sinners because of late forsaking of life in height, but it will not be forever. Satan's embodiment is struggling to deceive all men on earth to believe that a special 1,000 years of reign will happen after the last day, which Christ is added by him. Revelation chapter 20 verse 12. The dead are judged according to what they had done, as recorded in the book. The new self is in the soul of a saint, whereas the old self is transferred to Satan's embodiment. These thoughts and experiences of good ones which have spiritual importance are recorded in the soul of a saint. Similarly, the whole life of a sinner, thoughts, deeds, and experience is recorded in his soul. There is no record of life in the form of a spiritual book which is maintained in heaven for Judgment Day. A separate record need not be maintained, for God, who sees all things and knows everything. Revelation chapter 20 verse 14. Then death and height were thrown into the lake of fire. The lake of fire is the second death. Height will not be thrown into hell. Hell in height and punishment in hell will be going on after the last day for salvation of the full number of the souls of men. But Sheol will no longer exist on the last day. Besides, the lake of fire is not the second death. There will be no death in the lake of fire or hell. Death is just happening in one sense and sin in another sense. Sin in the soul along with the soul of a sinner will be thrown into hell. Revelation chapter 21 verse 1. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea. Isaiah chapter 65 verse 17. Behold, I will create new heavens and a new earth. The former things will not be remembered, nor will they come to mind. And a new heaven cannot exist because heaven is one with God. And a new earth need not be made because God will put the saints in heaven. An earth which is willfully created by God will not be destroyed. Isaiah was again deceived before John Mark was by Satan's embodiment to believe there will be a new heaven and a new earth. Thus, the infringement of the prophecy given to John Mark can be seen in different aspects.